in context of Sher, your opening comments. How big is this milestone for Indian defense establishment, sir?
Jai Hind to all your viewers, and this is indeed an important milestone, and I think we have now embarked on a journey of joint ventures. What essentially I mean is earlier we were relying on only transfer of technology, which never used to get completed, or by the time the transfer of technology got absorbed, we were already outdated. So that was the biggest problem that the Indian security sector was facing. Now, the moment we've gone in for a model of joint venture, you see what good has come out of BrahMos, and you see how good AK-203 is shaping up. And these are the two where the public sector is involved. And now you look at also C295 with Tata's, where the private sector has come. And recently you see BDL talking about Hammer. So we have embarked on this journey of joint ventures where the IP will come into India, the job opportunities will come to India, and our own indigenous product will be in the hands of our own uniformed fraternity. So I think we have started well, and there was a particular methodology which was followed, in which when we did the talks with the Russians, so we went into a methodology that was followed, and that maybe later you can ask me, I can tell you.
Okay, Janu Sivaj, gas operated, just to break it down for a viewer, what is a gas operated assault rifle, sir?
Two, three issues. As far as gas operated concerned, it means the gas is the one which is produced, and then it is the one which ignites it, and thereafter the bullet is fired. Why gas operated? It is one of the most reliable, and it works in extreme weather condition. Whether it is a Sichuan glacier or whether it is Rajasthan where temperature is about 50 to 60 degree, it can operate. So as on today, gas operated weapon system is the most reliable. Now, as far as this Sher AK-203, there three, four things which stands out. You remember that the journey which India had taken, that initially we only had 303 rifle in 1962. Then we went for 7.62 SLR. And then in 1994, we had INSAS. And INSAS was to stay for 10 years. But they have overstayed it. And INSAS has some inbuilt flaws. And the flaws are that there are a number of faults. It get jammed. It range is only 400 meter, and it is not liked, especially in CICT counter-terrorism, because it uses 5.56, and 5.56 bullet can only incapacitate, and majority of the time it not able to achieve that also. So therefore, in close battle we prefer AK-47, and majority of the units and the formation have got AK-47, but now this AK-203 is a much modern version of AK-47. That AK-47 was purely built and manufactured in Russia. Now this is a joint production of India and Russia in Amethi. Now you will find it. It had got a lot of advantage. One, its caliber is 7.62. The bullets are heavier. The target can be easily neutralized and killed. Second thing, range is 800 kilometer. It is far lighter than 5.56, and it is jointly produced. Initially 75% indigenous and 100% it is going to be by end of this year or beginning of next year. So you imagine that the AK-203, which is now manufactured in Amethi, may be also exported to other countries like BrahMos, which was a joint production of India and Russia. Now a lot of countries are buying, especially Philippines have already taken over Indonesia, Malaysia. You'll find a large market even of AK-203. Now, another two, three things which stand AK-203 is, remember that this being a 7.62 caliber, this is a good weapon even for assault rifle. You will also equip your infantry units with AK-203. As on today, they were INSAS initially. AK-203 has taken slightly more time to settle down, in the sense the plant took time. So we have to go and import 7.16, about 70,000, because it was immediately required on especially on units which were on line of control.
Absolutely.
So overall, it is a story which gives you a lot of pride that as on today, we are now start manufacturing weapons ourselves. by joint production or indigenously complete.
Okay.
One more example I give you. When we talk about transfer of technology, remember I'll tell you that your weapon like M777 ultra light howitzer, which we imported from US, but now Mahindra Defense is making it. That K9 Vajra, the self-propelled gun, which we got it from South Korea. Today, L&T is manufactured. So the whole mindset of India has changed. Now, no more we are going to get it from outside. Import is completely no. Joint production or transfer of technology or manufacture
Okay.
complete in India. This
Okay.
is the mantra.
Okay. General Kandari, this question I always have, we really made records, did a brilliant job. We made engines that went to the space. But there were certain basic elements which army required and we took a lot of time. Like for example, artillery, small weapons, or the weapons like this, the AK series. Why has it taken so much of time in this context? Whereas we have been able to do so well when it comes to space technology or missile technology.
I think the answer lies in the fact that, for defense diplomacy, you've got to have the Ministry of External Affairs and the Ministry of Defense, as well as the services, to be on the same page. And when we made a breakthrough with the Russians, where they were willing to now give us the technology of initially of AK-103, to which we had some reservations, and then we agreed to, or rather we encouraged them to part with AK-203. So that is a lot that goes with our people who were there in Moscow. Our Ministry of External Affairs, they were able to deal with them, and also a lot of good work was done by our Directorate of Infantry. The DG Infantry visited Moscow. They chose this particular weapon. Thereafter, the ordnance factory people were brought on board.